Classifying elements. Elements as we know them are substances that cannot be broken down further by chemical reactions. Every element consists of only one type of particle. This makes us classify elements as pure substances. They are the basic materials that make up matter. So how do we classify elements? Elements can be classified in different ways. One, based on the nature of particles that make up the elements. Two, based on the metallic properties of the element. And three, based on their physical states. Classifying elements based on the nature of particles. Elements can exist as single atoms, or they can contain two or more atoms in one particle. And when we have two or more atoms bonded together in a particle, we call it a molecule. So when elements exist as single atoms, we say they are monoatomic in nature. And when they exist as two atoms in a particle, we call them diatomic. There are 7 diatomic elements known. These include hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. Some elements contain more than 2 atoms in one particle. We call these elements polyatomic. Examples include sulfur, selenium, and phosphorus. Based on metallic properties, we can group elements as metals and nonmetals. Some elements sometimes act as metals and at other times act as nonmetals. These elements are called semi-metals. Generally, metals will be hard, malleable, sonorous, lustrous, have high melting points and boiling points, and conduct heat and electricity. Whereas nonmetals are non-malleable, non-ductile, they are poor conductors of heat and electricity, they are non-sonorous, and they generally have low melting points and boiling points. Every element in the periodic table can be classified as metal, non-metal, or metalloid. 91 elements are metals. 20 exhibit the non-metal properties, and 7 they form a bridge between the metals and the non-metals are metalloids. Based on physical states, all elements exist either as solids, liquids, or gases. At room temperature, there are 11 elements known to exist as gases and 2 exist as liquids. The other elements are all solids. The 11 known gases at room temperature include hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, oxygen, neon, fluorine, chlorine, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. The 2 known liquids are the metal mercury and non-metal bromine. Gallium and cesium are solids. However, they melt just above room temperature. Cesium melts at 22.44 degrees Celsius, while gallium melts at 29.76 degrees Celsius. This means that if you're in the tropics, you will almost not have these two elements as solids because room temperature is often high in the tropical region. Let us recap. Elements are substances that cannot be broken down further by chemical processes. Elements can be classified based on the nature of the particles, physical states, and metallic properties. Elements exist as solids, liquids, and gases. There are 118 elements known. At room temperature, 11 elements exist as gases, 2 as liquids, and 105 as solids. 91 elements are metals, 7 are metalloids, and 20 are nonmetals. A little more than two-thirds of all the elements known are metals. See you in our next lesson.